Hey, I'm Nicholas Prom,
I'm Chase.
and you're watching Posers Must Die, our latest adventures in the exciting and kick-ass world of heavy metal. Chase, it's been several days since we last spoke. How are you, buddy?
Pretty good, pretty good. It's
All
only been
right.
about 5 days, but I think we'll find a way. We'll find a way to keep
Yeah.
this moving.
Keep on pushing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So yes, before we get into our reviews, I want to remind people, hey, you could, can, and should check out this album, Atomic Terror Live Aggression. It is getting some press these days. Don't be the last kid in your neighborhood to have gone and listened to this album that is gaining a lot of buzz in the underground, the metal underground, where we live. So yeah,
Hey,
that's a cool thing, and you can do it too. But Chase, we've got some reviews to do. Why don't you? What is our first review for this week or this episode?
we got Ravager from Us with Hate, released September 19th on Iron Shield Records. This is their fourth studio album, and these guys are from Walsrode, Germany.
Yeah,
I put all that out
yes,
there.
some more German thrash, and like, so fourth album, first album. I've got to check out from them. I have not checked out their previous albums. Um, I sometimes I try to do that, but didn't happen this week. But I will say, this is really good stuff. I mean, wow. Imagine it's like Sodom meets Gamma Bomb,
I
right?
said, yeah, I said well, actually, I said if Exodus and Destruction were formed in the mid 2000s and went on tour with like Gamma Bomb. So
There you go. Yeah, I mean, but I'm like Sodom specifically like Sodom from like Better Off Dead and Tapping the Vein era. That was what I was hearing. So, like, right on, there's German thrash metal. I mean, there's quite the pedigree. There's so much great stuff. There's so many great bands from thrash metal bands from that country that I like. I forget about a lot of bands that I like. Like sometimes, I'm like, oh
oh,
yeah, I forgot about, you know, Protector or Iron Angel, which is blasphemy that I did. But for example, that happens to me. Because there's just so many. Um, you know, uh,
also, can I point out how fucking thrashtastic that logo is?
it's good.
The snake head. Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, and
Or
apparently
viper,
this
I guess.
this this like this commando snake man who, sorry, I don't know what their name is like their mascot. They use him on other album covers, and that's fun.
Maybe he's the Ravager. Maybe I don't know.
Maybe I don't know. I didn't know research, and I'm sorry. Normally I didn't even think to check in on that stuff, but or this time, but I really like this record. Um, really raging, but it has like the production of like a modern pizza thrash band,
Yeah,
which I totally like the way those records sound. So I no shade, because there's that, and then there's that really overproduced kind of sound that you get also from a lot of the new albums from the old guard of thrash. You know what I'm talking about?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
and
yeah.
like I don't hate how those albums sound, but I do like that there's this other kind of fraternity of bands that are kind of doing finding that middle ground between modern production and 80s sounding, and I think this is kind of finds the sweet spot. um
Yeah, no, definitely. I said that it was the production was clean without being overly polished.
yeah, there you go. Yeah,
There. Yeah.
and yeah, so very good. Some highlight tracks for me: Alone We Won't Survive, um From Us With Hate, and Legends of the Lightning. Wow.
Yes.
Yeah. So and really not a weak track on this album. I was just like, here are some bangers for you to enjoy. The opener, Freaks Out of Control, is great too. But
Yeah.
how about you, man?
For highlights, I got aggressive music for aggressive people, Legends of the Lightning, and what I felt should have been the actual closer, the 8 minute epic Defender. Album is
Yeah,
crazy fun.
that was
But they closed with
crazy.
their cover. Good.
I was gonna say let's talk about Defender for a sec. That was crazy, and not and it's interesting because it was there was a lot of that song was different than the rest of their album too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it had like
Which
this
I
epic sort of feel to it.
yeah, and I'm like very welcome. I mean, like the other side of German
Oh, yeah.
heavy metal, just being like,
Yeah, there you go.
you know, so I like that song a lot. Yes. They did close. The album does close with a cover of "Bonded by Blood" by Exodus, and it is a good cover.
Yeah,
The
it gives you like the later like the Rob Dukes sort of era, uh, their cover, not cover, their re-recording of it with him. It kind of gives me those vibes more than the original, but it's still a fucking great song.
Yeah, I'll say I like these vocals better than Rob's on that cover. I mean, like I don't want to get off in the weeds and talk about "Let There
Yeah.
Be Blood." It was a bad idea. They shouldn't have done it. Um, but Dukes is great live, and he, but yeah, just it was just a little, yeah, yeah. But this cover is nice, and the energy was just right. I think, uh, you know, yes, a good choice for a cover. Definitely not cringe, because I could see that being bad. I could see it being,
Yes.
a different band could do a crummy version of that, and but Ravager did not. They did a good one. So thanks, Ravager. Woohoo! Um, yeah,
I
dude.
noticed there were a couple of I caught two my last go around, but like when I'm sitting there listening to it like on the bus or whatever, I caught a couple more. I just didn't write them down, but there were a couple of the ones that I have here are Exodus references, but the other ones were just thrash in general. But in the first track, Freaks Out of Control, they have the line "Murder in the front row, welcome to the freak show,"
Oh, that's
uh,
cool.
and and in Legends of Lightly, they say, build a timeless circle and practice what. Is that what it said? Yeah, build a timeless circle and practice what you preach.
Nice.
So that might just, yeah, might
Yeah,
be advice, might be the
yeah.
reference.
I am sure that these are references to classic thrash, and uh, that's a gimme. Give it to me. I'm into that,
Uh,
and especially if you can do it like where it fits. It's not corny. It's just kind of like, look, this is what we're about. We love all that shit. So that rules. I love that, and I want to go back and check out their previous records because I enjoyed this a lot. This was a lot of fun. Horns up for Ravager for sure. Um,
hell yeah.
yeah, German thrash metal is not a thing of the past. It is something vital. There's still a lot of great new stuff coming out. So right on, we talked about Eradicator recently, and that was another great band coming out of Germany right now. So, but yeah, do you have anything else about this one, Chase, or just
Just check it out. Good shit.
yeah? Okay, cool. Um, so why don't we get into our next segment? What's that one called? What's that segment called, Chase?
Yeah, we got Chase's classic album, and this week we have Cloven Hoof and their self-titled debut album. Uh, Released June 10th, 1984 on Neat Records. This is their debut full-length studio album after two demos and an EP, the opening ritual.
Yes.
Yeah. From Wolverhampton in the UK, Go Wanderers.
Is that a ball team or something from Wolverhampton?
Yeah, it's a football team. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Well, all right. Yeah. Man, another great new wave of British heavy metal band that I always kind of like. They were just under my radar. Like I always kind of meant to really check these guys out, and I'm glad we took this opportunity to do this. I listened to their whole catalog uh, this week, and pretty consistently good. I would stick. I mean, like they've done a bunch of albums since reuniting in I think 2000 or so, and
Yeah.
is it like it's either 2000 or like 2009. I'm sorry, which I realize is a big gap, but but their 80s run of like three full lengths, an EP, and a live album, big moi for that
Oh yeah,
stuff. Um,
yeah.
and and their reunion stuff is like pretty consistently good, but also kind of like it gets into this territory of like this is quality, but like sort of very generic in the sense of not having like a strong identity of its own. You know, like
Yeah,
it just sounds like heavy metal.
I get you.
You
Yeah.
know, and so it's like it's good, but like is any of this like vital that I essentially I gotta have it? No. Uh,
I'm
but
with you right there on that. Totally.
yeah, but this album so good. Really like this a lot. Um, uh, from the opening song, which is the title cut, their self-titled song, Cloven Hoof. It's an epic. We're talking about satanic shit. The spooky occult thing is such a beautiful thing that we get from the new wave of British heavy metal. I really like bands that go into that territory. I think it just speaks so much to like just like in England they're so obsessed with like weird shit and ghost stories and like whisperings of witchcraft and the occult and just history. And like I think that is all rad shit to pull from lyrically. And yeah, so Cloven Hoof,
Cloven Hoof thinks so too. Yeah.
yeah, and thank you for thinking that, Cloven Hoof. We really like that. Yeah, so yeah, I really like the title track. Thoughts on that song, Chase?
Yeah, they actually started off by saying, "Oh, look, we have another song, album, and band with the same name."
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Cloven Hoof. This actually, I'm not hyper familiar with these guys. I've heard of them, and I may have heard one or two tracks just while going through this particular genre. Uh, but yeah, holy crap, dude! Listening to this song, I was like, okay, well, I believe they can summon the devil. Holy shit!
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
uh,
It's pretty cool.
and
Yeah.
I looked. I There's a channel on YouTube called Metal School, and they had a video on Cloven Hoof here, and I didn't know this just by by listening to the album, but they had their personas, their elemental personas and whatnot. Do you know about
Uh,
that?
no, I didn't know that.
Oh, well, there are four of them, and each one of them had a persona that was based on air, earth, fire, and water and whatnot. And that added to the theatrics, but it ultimately all just kind of looked like a satanic church. Oh, it's all hell. We're burning and whatnot. Sort of theatrics, but they were all like one's blue and one's red, and it's weird. I mean, I bet
Yeah.
it caught a lot of people off guard. Very shock rock, but like true fucking metal.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I found a couple of promo pictures of the band that I couldn't like nail down dates on from the 80s where it's like one it looks like they're like it's they're dressed like with like they got all this makeup. It looks like almost like a parody of Kiss. Like
yeah, exactly,
like
like
a
a rainbow
crop.
kiss. Yeah,
Yeah. And but then another one in like other costumes where it was like not glam makeup but closer to like trying to look like vampires or some shit. Like
yeah.
or some like adamant kind of like uh post punk kind of goth look.
Oh,
It was
okay, I
interesting.
gotcha.
It was interesting. And so but you know like I don't I think that was something they dabbled with and abandoned because most photos that I see of them online, of which there aren't many, are not with that stuff that get those get ups. So
Yeah, it was just the first EP and album and maybe the follow up EP. I think they may have had those personas, but then after that they just went to
oh,
well,
okay.
it becomes more like straightforward like heavy metal, like some kind of power metal in some areas.
Yeah.
After that,
Yeah, especially on
yeah.
I think it's what's it, a Sultan's Ransom or something like that is in
Jesus,
it.
we are covering that next year. We are so covering that one next year.
It's a
I
really
love
good
that
record.
album.
Yeah, yeah. No, the first three albums are really good, and they're all kind of different, but yeah. Um, but yes. Um, but this album. Let's get into track two. Gosh, we're just kind of getting off of tangents here. So, Night Stalker. This is a rocker. This is a really good song, and I based on the lyrics, was like, oh shit, they wrote it about Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker, because this is all about a killer and stuff. But here's the
Yeah.
thing: No, they didn't, because
Ah,
this album only came out a month after the Night Stalker murders began, and he wasn't even given that name for like a while, so
yeah,
it's just
okay,
just a coincidence.
okay.
But
I
is it
totally thought that was what that was about. Yeah.
right? But nope.
Apparently, that's what they used to be called. They used to be called Night Stalker before they were called Cloven Hoof. They chose that because it
Oh,
was more theatrical, satanic sounding.
yeah, yeah. Although Night Stalker, not a bad name, but Cloven Hoof,
Not at all. Yeah.
you take the rest of the day off. That's a winner. Um, um, but yeah, but the song Night Stalker, like, yeah, I thought that, but also you think like, there's no way in the world that like the first murder happened like a month before, and like remember that in those days news did not travel that fast, and like how are these guys
Yeah.
in where in England did you say?
Wolverhampton.
Wolverhampton, England, are not going to be knowing about a random murder in Los Angeles, because they don't even
Probably
know it,
not. No.
because it's like the first of a string, So yeah, just a coincidence, just a coincidence. Um, but um, but yeah, I mean, totally fitting in with their theme. And there's no like weird like outlier song, that's like wait, huh? About this. So then we have March of the Damned, which is an instrumental leading, and
Yep.
it's great, so good.
It's a good one. Yeah.
It's an instrumental track, but it's kind of like the lead in to Gates of Gehenna, the second of three epics on this album. Wow, Gates of Gehenna is definitely an album highlight for me. Like, holy shit, really good stuff. Um, and like I say, I really liked March of the Damned as an instrumental track. Very, very good.
Yeah. They're more or less just what it's a lead into the other, and it may as well just be one track. But then they'd only have 6 tracks on the album, and I think they gotta. Yeah.
Well, sure, but it's a full length
uh,
record. It's not an EP,
yeah.
so whatever.
Yeah.
Um,
Uh. Geez. Yeah. This one. I lost my place. Where are we at?
Gates
Oh
of
yeah, Gates of
Gehenna.
Gehenna. Yeah. He shows off as like the like how like crazy high his voice can get. I just expected, this like straightforward kind of Paul well, I mean, kind of Paul Diano tough guy kind of sounding
Yeah. He also kind of
thing.
reminds me of the singer from Oz, Sweden.
Ah, okay.
You remember them? Fire in the Brain,
Vaguely, yeah.
Third Warning.
Yeah.
They had the song "Turn the Cross Upside Down." Yeah, yeah. But yeah, it kind of reminded me of that guy. But sorry, I interrupted. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just like that one. It's not just yeah, it's an epic, and from what I could tell, there's only like so we were saying that they're like an occult kind of heavy metal based band, but only like 3 of their songs are really based in the occult. It feels like, or things that are kind of darker. Uh, the other ones are like, I mean, we'll get to it. We'll get
Yeah,
to the vibe of the other songs. Um, but no, yeah, definitely a highlight. Yeah.
yeah. Then we got "Crack the Whip," which I think, okay, this is catchy. It's
Yes.
it's a rocker. Like, could have been a single. You know,
Very
honestly,
easily.
I could see a record company being like, "Yeah, that's a single." It's not my favorite song from the record, but it's an earworm. It's totally
Yeah.
like, and
It's got
yeah,
like a Saxon or Grim Reaper. I love to hear Saxon or Grim Reaper cover. A cover of that from either. I can't, but you know what I'm saying. It's got that kind of quality to it. At least, God forbid, AC/DC almost.
sure,
Kind of sounds like
sure,
Brian Johnson in some spots.
yeah.
Um,
Maybe the phrasing. I wouldn't say not the voice, but
yeah,
the
yeah,
yeah,
the phrasing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting, yeah. But yeah, it's a good song. It's a good song. Laying Down the Law. Dude, this is totally like a Heavy Load song.
Yeah, yeah,
And I'm like,
yeah.
wow, okay, yeah, and that's kind of like, if you like Heavy Load, you're gonna like Cloven Hoof. I'll just say,
Oh yeah.
um, uh, but
Uh,
yeah, I really like that song. I think I think that was like also uh the Cloven Hoof song that I knew previously. I was like, wait, this is familiar. I've heard this like I had it on a comp or something somewhere because it's yeah.
Um,
I knew this one.
yeah, a heavy load song. That's better what I put down. I said that this sounds like the love child of a Judas Priest and Quiet Riot song, and not just because he sounds like Kevin DuBrow in some spots.
I don't hear that. Okay. I
Ah, damn. I thought
sorry,
you
dude.
loved that.
Look, I don't. I just I didn't hear
It's
it.
all good.
So but that's okay. But yeah, but laying down the law is a really good song.
Another
And
catchy one, yeah.
yeah, and then album closer, Return of the Passover. And so this is like a biblical theme kind of shit. This is the third and final epic on the record. And but this is great. I mean, like, look, this is like Creeping Death talks about those those plagues. This song is doing that, or at least referencing it. And the imagery they conjure up is good. And like those heaven and hell themes, the biblical themes, I think it's like it's ripe for song topics for heavy metal. Um,
Yeah.
I'm like right on. Yeah, this is another banger. Um, but yeah, but Cloven Hoof, man, dude. Uh, this album, their second one, Dominator, and Sultan's Ransom, all really good records. They got a live album from back then too that's really cool, and that EP. So even if you just checked out their '80s stuff, man, there is plenty for you to enjoy. Um, that they're This was a fun little journey for me to take this week, and I really appreciate you picking this, Chase. Thank you. So big horns up and hooves down for Cloven Hoof. I mean, I don't know what the fuck I'm saying, but
Hordes up, hooves down. Wow.
I have no idea what that would even mean. Um, but yeah, I really like this record. So thanks. That was fun. Um, anything else on this one,
Sure.
Chase?
Uh, no, just if you don't know who Cloven Hoof is, definitely start here and just work your way up from there.
Yeah.
I only got as far as three Sultan. Shit, I forgot the name of it already. But
The
holy crap, I love that one. I can't wait to get into that one next year or
yeah, the Sultan's
whenever we
Ransom.
get
I
it.
think that's what it was
There it
called.
is. Yeah,
But yeah.
Sultan's
Uh,
Ransom. Yes, yes.
yeah. But yeah, no, I thought that was a really good record. Yeah, their other stuff is fine. The other layer stuff is fine, and I'm sure there's other people who are just like it rules. But again, I just didn't feel like it had much of its own identity. It's like it could be a current album by Attacker. It could be a current album by Omen. You know what I mean? Like perfectly good, but yeah, there's just kind of whatever.
Here, yeah.
But I wholeheartedly endorse their all their '80s stuff, particularly this record. So yeah, if
Yeah.
that's all we've got there, why don't we get into our upcoming shows? Oh, what are we doing on December 10th? You and I are gonna go see Blind Guardian.
Very
Um,
fucking cool.
yeah,
Uh,
with support from Ensiferum, who are pretty cool, and Seven Kingdoms, who are a band that exists. Um, they're fine.
we'll find out. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. But that's gonna be a good time, and yeah. Let's see. There's also Saturday, December 13th. Um, it's Merry Thrashmas 2 at the Twilight with the Accused AD, Chemical Annihilation, and Battle Cattle. Go out to that if you can, folks. Most people can do a Saturday. I have to work that Saturday, so not me, but it's okay. Also at the Twilight, it's Silent Night, Deadly Night. Just a couple days after Christmas, you've got Damage Overdose, Dead Nexus, and Gathering. This will be a night of extreme metal, death and black metal. $10. Go enjoy yourself. Get some evil in you. Um, and then let's see. Oh, whoops. What am I doing? There we go. And the Red Room's New Year's Bash on not at the Red Room and not on New Year's. It's January 3rd at the High Limit Room. $20. This is from a show that goes from 2 in the afternoon to 10 p.m. There's going to be like a whole bunch of bands, including Teardown, Culprit, and To the Teeth, among numerous others. This is going to be a great show, a great hardcore show. I am almost certainly going to be at that. I really like that room. I'm looking forward to getting there again. Same day, down in Eugene, it's Metal for Meals 2 with our friends Damage Overdose and a handful of other bands playing that. Get out to benefit shows. This is a food drive. Bring canned food, bring some money, help feed the starving folks. Let's see, what else? And then also, oh, hang on. It is on January 23rd and 24th. This is a 2-day fest. It's Winterfest at Georgie's Garage and Grill in Vancouver, Washington. Our friends, Damage Overdose, alongside Within the Pyre and like 17 or 18 other bands.
Lordy.
$20 a day for a 2-day fest. That's not bad. So, and it's all ages. So,
cool. There we go.
That is a whole thing. So, hopefully all these other bands aren't lame. I really don't know. But Damage Overdose are good. I can with no uncertainty say that. So, but yeah, that's a thing to check out. Let's see. Also, here we go. On Sunday, February 8th, at the Star Theater, Savage Master and High Spirits will be playing with Oxygen Destroyer. Man, I really like Savage Master. I have yet to see them. Maybe I have to see what my work schedule is going to be like, but if I can swing it, maybe I'll be going to this. And High Spirits, I really
like Oxygen Destroyer. I really like Oxygen Destroyer, and I haven't seen them, so I hope you're not working either.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've seen Oxygen Destroyer. They're very good. High Spirits, I feel like I should know them, but I don't. Maybe I've heard them, but I don't know. Pretty sure it's another traditional heavy metal band, and we like that. You know, Savage Master also are in that vein. So yeah, cool stuff. Let's see, what else do we have? Oh, and February 12th at the Hawthorne Theater, you and I will be in attendance for sure, seeing Coroner, with very special guest Heathen.
Yes.
I mean, Jesus Christ, 2 godly classic thrash metal bands, and that is just
life is gonna be hard on the 13th. We are going to be dead.
R.I.P. Because
there's a coroner nearby.
Oh,
God.
Yes. Okay, but that's awesome. I'm really looking forward to that. It's gonna be so great. And then also, Saturday, February 21st, Silver Talon are playing with Starcourt and perhaps another guest at the High Watermark. Silver Talon are heading out on the road, and I think this is their tour kickoff. If I'm wrong, somebody tell me. But yeah, they're going out some dates. They're heading out to Texas. They're doing the Southwest, I think. And Silver Talon is fantastic, great power metal, traditional metal band, whatever you want to call them. They're awesome. I love these guys, and always a treat when I get to see them. Always bummed if I have to miss them. So I am gonna try my ding dangdest to be at that. We'll just see. I gotta see what my work schedule's like. But yeah, I think that's. Let me double check. Yes, that is all the stuff we have for this episode. Chase, why don't you hit us with the sign off?
Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and remember, while the shades of the dead are sliding on the wall, the demons dance in the castle hall.
Damn, okay. Good night, everybody.